Hello, friends.
Hello, guys.
The theme song. One, two, three, four. Pam, param, pam, pam. Pam, param, pam, pam. Pam,
What am I
param, pam,
supposed to
pam.
sing?
Para, pa, 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 pa. Yeah. Pam, param, pam, pam.
Oh, don't
Pam,
don't
param,
do
pam, pam.
premature love.
Pam, 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 pam.
It's
Para, pa,
terrible.
para, pa, pa. Well, we stink at this.
We'll get
Yeah,
better.
we'll
We'll get
get
better
better.
as we go
Yeah.
along. We still have like 2 more seasons. We're
Exactly.
still part of the season,
We'll
but
figure it out. We'll
we'll
figure out
figure
the
it out.
theme song. But in the meantime, thanks for enjoying our theme song. And now we are here to talk about season 1, episode 5
of 13
of
Reasons
13
Why.
Reasons Why. And this episode 5 of 13 Reasons Why, is all about,
Premature love.
yep, there is a Bible verse in the book of Songs that says, "Do not wake up love ahead of time." And I think if we were to find a Bible title for this, it would be, "This is what happens when you wake up love ahead of time." Hannah continues to be in this incessant look for love. Oh my gosh, she still believes in love, but Hannah, you don't force love, okay? You don't force love. You don't like go desperately like a chicken with her head cut off trying to find love. You just wait it out. You're just a teenager. There's no rush.
Exactly.
All right. And so there's that Valentine's dollar thing. It's like a,
It's like a list, basically.
yeah, it's like a list with an app. Like you put what are your interests, and then there's an algorithm through a program, and it identifies your top 5. Now, during this process, Hannah is listing her interests, and she realizes that she really, really likes a boy. Who's that?
Um, Clay, right?
Clay Jensen.
Yeah.
But then she says, huh, "You would have thought that he would have come in my top 5, but he didn't. Darn algorithm." As always, it's like there's this tendency to like blame other things and other people for what's her responsibility, right? Now she kind of tries to hint at Clay. She tries to see if he will somehow ask her out.
He was clueless, though.
She was completely clueless. JC, let me ask you something. And I know that you're 11 and you're not up to dating or anything like that. But from your perspective, would it be better if a girl wants to tell you something? Would it be better for her to try to make you guess, or for she to just tell you? What would
It
be
would be
easier?
better for her to just tell you, because if you hint at stuff, you don't know the type of person you're dealing with. So if you really have feelings for that person, just make it clear.
Yeah.
I mean, I know for some people they think it's embarrassing, and
Yeah.
and they want to just wait until the last second, but
Yeah.
you might want to just tell them straight up. Yes, my last video I was talking about young dating with my dad, actually. Kind of perfect, because that's what this episode is about. You guys can go check that out, because we talk about what the right age is to start dating, and then how you should deal with it if you're looking into dating. So yeah, you guys can check that out. And yeah, I think that you should probably just tell them.
Yeah. At the same time, Alex is feeling really, really guilty of the tapes. These tapes have a life of their own. Everybody's feeling so guilty. So one of the kids, one of Justice clans, is driving super fast, and he doesn't slow down. And Alex basically invites him to a fight. And what happens?
Alex gets beat up, and it goes. The teachers get involved.
Yeah. And they take them to this honor council. And it's kind of funny because the honor council is conformed by all the troubled teenagers that have something to do with Hannah's demise. It's kind of strange, right? That it's strange, right? But they don't want to get the police involved, although Alex is willing to accept responsibility for his actions. And kudos to Alex, yes, because he's willing to admit that although the guy didn't slow down, he really had no business you know, picking up a fight and pulling him out and pretty much provoking him and inviting him to beat himself up. So he says we should call the police. This is an assault, and he's being very, very brave about it. But the honor council, together with the teachers and the counselor, are like, no, we should not call the police. Why is that, JC?
Well, because since the Hannah Baker suicide, authorities are trying to figure out what would have caused that. So they're trying to see if the school is like terrible, and they're trying to see what type of reputation they have. So if the police were to get called for somebody getting beat up at this specific school that Hannah Baker attended, then
It further ruined the reputation.
yeah, it ruins the reputation, and the school could possibly get sued.
Exactly.
I think the school is being very very
Cautious.
cautious and immature in this situation, because it doesn't matter if something, if you're like you're trying to protect yourself, but something terrible just happened to a student,
Exactly.
and you're just avoiding it because you're scared something is going to happen to you.
Yeah. Even later, Alex is almost like congratulated by his dad because he believes that since the other student was suspended and Alex was not disciplined at all, he believes that speaks loudly of Alex and what he did. But Alex is not convinced. Alex believes, and we kind of share with him the fact that most likely the only reason he was not disciplined is because they didn't want to get the police involved. The big cross of this particular episode has to do with Hannah finally not telling Clay that she would like to go out with him. Instead, she takes on Marcus, and Marcus arrives 1 hour late. Ladies, if someone arrives an hour late to a date, unless he had like an accident or a life traumatic incident, that's a pretty good indication that they don't have very good intentions for you. And what is it that, do you know what did they say was the reason behind Marcos arriving that late?
Well, wait, what did he say?
They said that it was his way to make sure that she really liked him, that she was really into him. Because if she waited for a full hour, that meant she was really into him, right?
And he was trying to make moves on her and grab her in inappropriate ways, and she ended up finding out that he was just doing it to impress the boys that he brought with him, which is very, very weird. You do not bring a pack of boys to a date that you're on, so
Exactly.
that already gave up red flags.
Exactly.
If you see that, you should walk away like immediately.
Yeah, there's a lot of signals that Hannah should have gotten that this was not the right thing. And I want to make sure that you all understand, we are not saying that it was Hannah's fault that this guy made inappropriate advances to her. What we're saying is that Hannah, in her desperation of finding love no matter what, just ignored a lot of signals that she could have recognized, right? To prevent something really bad from happening. But Marcos was really inappropriate, and the boys were really inappropriate. And I will give kudos to Hannah for the first time in this whole show that at least she was strong, and she said stop, and she pushed him. So for the first time, she didn't quite act like the victim that we're used to seeing her like.
So
Right.
So the point of this whole thing is take your time.
Yes.
Love is an option, not a feeling. You probably, make sure you know who you're dealing with when you start consider dating them, and talk to your parents about it and everything.
Absolutely. And parents, pay attention. I mean, at some point, Clay tells his mom in this episode, I don't want to talk to you. And she says, I don't care that you don't want to talk to me. You are going to talk to me. And sometimes we as parents need to be a lot more aggressive in how we deal with our children. And we also see Justin and his girlfriend, what's her name? Jessica. And then we see Clay and Sherry in another scene, and everybody's trying to kiss everybody, and everybody's trying to touch everybody, and everybody's trying to have some sort of sexual encounter with each other. Again, as JC said, premature love. Do not wake love ahead of time. completely unnecessary. Trust me, you will be okay if you wait. I waited. And maybe you tell JC, oh, that's easy because you're only 11. Okay, but I am a 52-year-old woman. I promise you, I was young. I waited, and it is worth waiting. It truly, and it allows you to grow brains and be a lot more smart and wise. As we said in our last analysis, you guys, young people, can be very smart, but not necessarily wise because that comes with time and with age. And when we take on love in a premature way, what we're doing is we're taking on something that's really big and that requires a lot of wisdom without necessarily being prepared for it. And that's our review for 13 Reasons Why, episode 5 of season 1. We love you guys, and we pam param pam 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 param pam pam.
Don't do premature love.
Pam param pam pam.
Hey.
Pam param pam pam.
It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. Hey.